Hey, everybody. It's Midnight's Edge After Dark. What's going on? Brothers and sisters. Brothers and sisters.
Did we lose the music? Oh.
Did we lose?
Windows probably killed us.
Yeah, something fucked your shit up, Rob.
No. Oh, mother. Okay. Okay, whatever. Hey, Midnight's Edge After Dark. How's it going? Yeah, Windows fucked up. Yeah, Windows is all fucked up. Mother pussbag, you cocksuckers. You sons of bitches. I see.
Do we need to go there? I heard it.
Oh, that.
I heard it from Tom.
That's me.
See, how about now? Can you hear it twice? No, nothing.
Now I hear yours.
Okay, yeah. The settings on the Hangouts were wrong.
Okay. Anyway. This is Rob, Robot Shlomo, your narrative supreme, getting us back up to speed. There we go.
Mm-hmm. I haven't done this one in a while. Hold on. Shlomo Vision. Shlomo Vision.
That's coming soon.
Shlomo Vision is coming soon. Shlomo Vision will change the world. Mark my words. It'll be the greatest thing since Bianca Pizza. Which
what do we get with Shlomo Vision? Do we get is it like Wonka Vision where we get a chocolate bar? Are you going to send your schlong through the TV to unsuspecting women?
You mean I haven't already done that?
I don't know. I don't want to know. Do I want to know? I don't want to know. Too much information.
Yes, we do.
No.
Tyler volunteers.
My schlong will be firmly contained within my trousers. I promise you.
But Tyler volunteered.
See, this is the kind of thing that gets us in trouble with Andre.
I derailed us already. I'm sorry.
You couldn't wait for the first 5 minutes for him to check out.
Curse you scarlet head temptress! You have bewitched me. Okay. You have bewitched the entire audience. Oh Lord!
And I didn't even bounce yet. Do I need to bounce and jiggle?
I have to. Why not?
Turn the camera on.
I have to make sure I'm watching. Hold on. I have to make sure I'm quiet too for that.
I also have pizza. I guess I have to jiggle, right? Does that work?
It works for me.
What? Captain April says I came that close to soliciting a dick pic.
There you go. Bad Mecca. Okay, that's enough of that. That's turning into a totally different live stream. Okay, everybody, we got news, or at least we think we got news. Oh, boy, we're 3 minutes and 9 seconds into this, and we haven't covered anything. What's in the news today? Well, first of all, there was what's our lead story here?
Daniel is taking over everything.
Disney resistance is futile.
Resistance is futile.
Disney has bought the remaining share of Hulu. So you wonder where stuff like MASH, How I Met Your Mother, and stuff like that's going to go. That's where it's going to go.
And Fox movies that are R-rated.
Yeah.
Oh no!
So subscribe to read the full story. Oh fuck you! I'm not subscribing.
Oh,
okay. I'll read what I can. I'll read what I got for free. Walt Disney Company moved to take full control over Hulu through a wide-ranging deal with Comcast Group, ending years of complicated ownership of one of the media industry's hot properties. Streaming service pioneer Hulu had 4 parents when it was launched in 2008, primarily as a hedge against internet piracy of TV shows. To read the full story, subscribe. No, I will not. Okay, so basically, they bought Hulu. I mean, like I said, Disney's gobbling. At some
happen, yeah,
we knew it was going to happen. But at some point, not to turn this into a political show. At some point, the federal government would have to step in and pick them up as being too big a entertainment monopoly.
Well, it's just
good luck.
Service, though, and Netflix is still the biggest by far. Hulu is still only in the U.S. and U.S. and is it South America or I can't remember. Maybe it's in maybe 2 countries, and that's it.
Okay. Let me. Okay, I got CNN Business. Disney's takeover of Hulu is just about complete. Comcast on Tuesday agreed to sell its ownership stake in the streaming video service to Disney. The sale won't happen for at least another 5 years. Oh, we got time. but Disney will take full operation control of Hulu right now. The deal is a sign of how much streaming video has changed in the last few years. Hulu was at one time a joint venture between several media titans: Disney, 21st Century Fox, Comcast, NBC Universal, and Time Warner. Now Warner Media. None of those companies had majority control. Now Hulu is effectively a Disney product. Go away, you pop under video. Stop it. The company became a majority stakeholder in streaming service after it's closed the deal for most of Fox assets in March. Last month, Warner Media, now owned by AT&T, agreed to sell 9.5% interest back to Hulu. Comcast owns roughly a third of Hulu. Under terms of the deal, Comcast would sell its interest to Disney for Hulu's fair market value no earlier than 2024. So it's a promise to buy them. You get operational control, and we promise to sell it to you. Disney is guaranteed that the sale price will reflect a minimum total equity of $27.5 billion for Hulu at that time, according to a press release. Moody's called the deal credit positive for Comcast. What? Hulu represents the best television. Tyler, that'll teach you. Hulu represents the best television. CEO Bob Iger said in a statement, adding that the company is now able to completely integrate Hulu into its streaming plans in a way that makes the service even more compelling and greater value for consumers. Disney's already made clear Hulu will be a critical part of streaming strategy. When the company debuted Disney Plus service investors last month, it also spoke at length about the feature of Hulu, which is more adult programming like The Handmaid's Tale. Really? How about that? Disney executives talked about potentially bundling services together for a discounted price. They also want all their services, including Hulu, to reach profitability within the next several years. Hulu is the third leg of Disney's streaming strategy, said Tripp Miller, Disney shareholder and managing partner in Galen Capital Partners. 6 months ago, we had 4 owners of the business, and it was a very complicated and confusing. And so this brings a lot of clarity and control of direction for Disney. Right now, Hulu has 27 million paid subscribers on its service. It still lags far behind the competitor Netflix, which has 150 million subscribers globally, 60 million who are in the United States. Hulu is only available in the United States. Well, Hulu is beefing up its original content offerings. Earlier this month, streaming service showed off a slate of upcoming programs, including The Dropout, a limited series about the rise and fall of Theranos CEO Elizabeth Holmes. It's also working on
sweepstakes stuff, Rob.
What?
Why don't you have a job reading sweepstakes stuff?
Why don't have a job?
Be the guy at the end of every commercial on the radio going, sweepstakes only good till October 4th, 1992. Blah, 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 blah.
Be an auctioneer.
Hey, we got 25. We got 25. Who wants 25? Who's got 25? 30. Hey, Hulu, give you all for 30. Hey, we got 30 over here, 30 here. 30 going once way. So 30. Okay. Yeah, I'm actually impressed.
You, but you were going so fast, I couldn't even understand you.
Yeah. I do that sometimes. It's also working on 2 new live-action Marvel series, Ghost Rider and Hellstrom. Hulu is going to need more programming as it prepares to eventually part ways with NBC content. Right now, Hulu carries a lot of NBC shows, including Saturday Night Live, The Voice, and The Good Place. Comcast has agreed with Hulu to extend the service license of NBC Universal content through 2024. NBC Universal can end most of its agreement with Hulu in 3 years. 1 year from now, NBC will have the right to carry some of its content as it licenses its Hulu streaming network or return for reducing fees. Hulu pay content, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, okay. All right, yeah. Warner reached an agreement. Okay, yeah. The rest of it's just all filler. Warner reached an agreement to keep Friends on Netflix. Nobody cares. Okay. Yeah, we knew this was coming. We all knew it. Yeah, we all knew this was coming.
Amazing. Boom.
Yes, thank you, Pam. No surprise here.
They would resist.
No, they're just.
And I, for one, welcome our new Disney overlords.
Fuck Disney. We do not welcome the Disney.
I've always
overlords.
been jokingly saying that in the future will be like the franchise war between Google, Amazon, and Disney. This is becoming more and more true with every week.
You forgot Walmart.
Yeah, Walmart.
And Walmart, yeah.
5 businesses that own everything, and Microsoft. But
Well, yeah, all the other ones too. There's a few.
Microsoft. We make worse versions of the stuff you already use.
yeah.
Does anybody still own a Zoom?
No,
No.
but I had a Cowan X7 that I still use, which is like 160 gig or 120 gig. It's
We got a Razor flip phone.
CD Horde wants to know if I picked up my meth. Yeah, I feel so good. I feel so alive. Oh, I just got my so much. You wouldn't.
Coke. He's getting into Coke again, ain't you?
No. Never tried Coke. Friend of mine.
Coke off of hookers. God.
friend of mine said to me, Rob, don't do coke. Cocaine's bad drug. It's a bad drug because it gives you high. You feel real good, but then first thing you want is more cocaine. You never get that high again. Don't do coke, Rob. It's bad. I'm like, okay, I promise. Promise you never do coke. I said, I promise I'll never do coke. Okay. So that's a true story. That conversation. That's actually how that conversation went. So I always say, you're going to add drugs to this personality, please. You don't know what you're going to unleash.
If we gave you drugs, you'd probably turn into Martin Lawrence.
Well, we'd have to give him something to keep him, like, knock him down a little bit. We'd have to give him, like, weed.
And that's a really bad callback. What was that?
Martin Lawrence?
Martin Lawrence did that. I know. You're bad callback. I'm sorry.
You're dying to get some weed and get me high on weed, aren't you?
Oh yeah, we all want to hear you high. See, you high.
Yeah,
Yes. You higher would be fun. Anything else? No.
And I'm gonna film it. I'm gonna film it and upload it to YouTube.
Well, Mecca's
All
on
we
weed.
need is Coke.
You would.
I would.
Oh boy. And this is the hell that's my life. All right. What else we got here? Mecca, just remember.
So I have to bounce for Vegas money. Where are we at? So I'm raising money for my GoFundMe for Las Vegas. And if you want to help send me to Vegas, and I need a GoPro.
We got stripper money now?
I don't have stripper money. I'm raising the camera money, the GoPro money. And it's like $400 plus batteries, plus memory cards, plus yeah. So I'm raising money for that. I don't like that in chat, but that's it.
You just stop and like
It got really quiet.
You got very quiet.
Like,
Do I have to
drool
turn
in,
the
you can
camera off?
drip, and that's just all of our drool.
No, it's a no. I'm just imagining it's like the Homer Simpson, like the X-Files where Mulder and Scully are there. Like, I can't stop looking at him jiggle, where he's on the escalator or on the treadmill.
It's hypnotic, isn't it?
Yeah, here's his back. That's what it feels.
So you have
like.
a giant whale underneath, like your back door.
Why, you're ruining it, Tyler.
Looking out my back door.
So yeah, I have the GoFundMe.
Mm-hmm.
Where's there's
Sploosh.
Oh no.
Okay, so yeah, not a big surprise.
not a big surprise.
Blah 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 blah. Hulu.
Ka-ching.
We got a ka-ching.
You got a ka-ching.
Yep.
Yeah. We got ka-ching. Yeah, Chris Persia for Mega's Build, so Rob can have another minute. We're terrible. We're so bad.
Need more than a minute.
I'm not saying I'm not enjoying it, but we are bad. We're exploiting Mecca like this. Do you feel exploited, Mecca?
No, I'm not. If I get a lot of money on the for my GoPro fund and my
okay,
GoFund.
so that makes it better.
Well, when I run for president, some ass from Alabama is going to say this was solicitation.
Oh, I'm already ruined. I can't run president. Everybody knows about my porn habits.
Man, you've never been to prison for a
Well.
What's the best
You want to
nation
like a
on
guy who's into
Earth?
having women disappear?
No.
But I could turn it around into a free speech argument though. Well, I do enjoy porn. I do enjoy adult material from time to time, like any red-blooded American male. And, and various publications have a long history of supporting free speech, such as Playboy, and their support for such people as Timothy Leary and John Lennon. And as you know, he was persecuted for his protests. And it comes from a very long American tradition of supporting alternate outlets for free expression. So it's something
I don't think anybody cares anymore, Rob, since the president's fucked a porn star. But anyway, let's move.
Yes.
You'd be
Porn
surprised.
for all movement.
I've never been to prison yet. No, but I have been arrested. I've told you guys that story.
A couple
Yeah.
times.
Did you?
Yeah, where he was selling tickets.
Oh yeah, that's right.
The Yankee playoff tickets. Yeah, not the best way to get arrested. Yeah. So anyway, okay. Anyway, now everybody.
Story.
What is the next story? I don't know what the next story is.
You don't know what the next story is, Rob? Picard. It's coming to Amazon internationally. Yeah.
Picard.
Now, we talked a little bit about this. We might as well just play the clip here. Let's see if I got it somewhere handy.
Hold on, wait a minute. I got.
Do you?
Oh, I got. Yeah, I got the clear.
I like big Asian butts, and I cannot lie.
No,
that's
not
the
the
wrong
right
clip, Rob. Here's the right one.
Okay, I got the right clip. Okay, I got the right clip.
I mean, really brutally weird stuff. Butt stuff.
Damn it!
That is not the clip, Rob.
How is butt stuff weird stuff?
It isn't.
Okay. I got. Okay, this is the right clip. Okay, this is the right clip.
I'm going to pat you on the bottom.
There.
Oh, come on, Patrick! Don't harass Mecca like that. Tell him, come on.
I don't pat on the bottom. I spank.
Hello, everyone.
That's extra.
I am delighted to announce that Star Trek fans around the world, except in the United States and Canada, will soon be able to enjoy the next thrilling chapter of Picard's life on Amazon Prime Video. Enjoy.
Understood?
So people have been telling me that Amazon actually outbid Netflix, but why are they bidding in the first place?
Why would they have to?
Exactly.
Especially after the last one flopped. Why would Netflix pay good money for a new one that's just as unwanted?
No, thank you. We already have one. We don't need a new one. The old one's good enough. Thank you. Move along.
Nothing to see here.
No, this is just okay. We did a video on this, and there's a lot of ways you could look at this. There's a lot of rumors and speculation going on out there. We've actually heard a couple different things, but we ran with the one story we did on the main channel. Is anybody surprised about this? Because the one thing that wasn't brought up in that video was that when Hulu brought CBS All Access on, they had a big boost in their subscriptions, and I think that's actually how they got a good majority of their subscribers they have now. So I don't know how you guys feel about this whole thing, but it was almost like it was kind of like a fuck you to Netflix in one side, and then if otherwise it's true that Netflix didn't want anything to do with it. And I can't believe that. So I don't know. What do you guys think, Rob?
You know, I'm kind of. It's kind of weird, like I said, because I took it for granted that okay, CBS All Access in the U.S., Netflix in the rest of the world. Just the fact that this has come up for bid just seems to send a red flag to me that Netflix is expressing doubt that Netflix has sort of had it with this series. We're not paying anymore. So it's, and there's going to be people that are going to say, oh, well, this is no big deal. I'm like, well, but wait a minute. I mean, it kind of is, to me at least, that Netflix wouldn't want this. Jump in anytime, guys.
Well, no, that's what I was saying. Like, I read a conflicting version of the report we had, and we went with the one version that's out there. And the version I heard from my sources, which is just one source, so I have to say that, and I have nothing to back this up with outside of one thing, and that was that we've known for a while now that Netflix was not going to have Picard on it. This was not new news. Some people are acting like it is, but we've known for a while. And I've been telling you guys this for a while too. If you go back quite a few shows, I think I said something about it. I've been saying it to other people behind the scenes as well, that, and it's all you had to do is go look. It was listed as, I think, CBS International Television as the production company at the time. And then all of a sudden now we get this announcement about Amazon. This lines up perfectly with all that we've been hearing rumors they needed money. The production's behind schedule because they needed money. Now they got the money. Well, that's the only part that sounds like Netflix didn't want anything to do with it. But the other side of it is, why wouldn't they? You know, like Rob said, it makes no sense. If there was any Star Trek thing they would want their hands on, it's this. And why would you go to Hulu then? Why would you go to your competitor where you already got, or did I just say Hulu? I mean Amazon, sorry. Because we talk about Hulu. Why would you go to Amazon, your competitor? Because from what I've been hearing from people is Amazon's not that big outside of the US in comparison to Netflix too.
Well, it's all over the world, but I mean, it probably doesn't have.
There's so many different sides to this where the only thing you can actually say is the actual fact is that none of it makes sense. And if anybody out there wants to keep saying, "Oh no, everything's fine and dandy. There's nothing wrong with Picard. Nothing's going on behind the scenes. There is no issues. There is no troubles," I don't buy it because Netflix would be paying for this. This would be on Netflix. You'd keep it with the other shows. There's just so many variables here to where it's like it doesn't make sense unless A or B, and you got to keep going to like 20 different fucking places. But I'm gonna let everybody else have a chance to talk. So yeah,
well we did get another soundbite. Patrick Stewart I actually did have something else to say about this.
Why don't I go find your pants?
Oh, come on, Patrick.
So I think the big clue here, the smoking gun, I guess, would be the short treks. They did not want the short treks.
There is that.
They did not want them, and they threw them into the previews. And I don't think they like CBS. I really don't.
There's a big issue. There's some big issues there, and that's what I'm saying there. And that's why we went with the version we did, because that had the most weight to it. Because the other version is basically they told Netflix, "Fuck you, you're not getting Picard because you didn't pay for season 2 of Discovery."
Yeah.
And that almost makes sense too. Because if you look at it as like, they're like, okay, we don't want this other shit, but we'll definitely take this. Well, fuck you. You ain't getting it because you didn't want the other thing. And you didn't help us pay for the other stuff. Why should we give you this? Or they just didn't want to give them as much as they needed. Which the big number floating around was $400 million, which I don't think they got that much. Because what was it? The Blue or what's the name of the company up in Canada?
It's Space.
That's what it is.
Bell Media
just finally finalized their deal with them, and there was no numbers released, but I've heard some places say that it wasn't for very much. So I don't know how much money they got from that either. So I don't know. Go on. Sorry, Mecca.
No, that I think that was just like my big thought. I don't see Netflix wanting that because it can't be doing good numbers. It just can't be. Like with Netflix isn't like YouTube, where you can't see the number of views. And I kind of wish they had that. I wish they had the view counter on there, but of course then you'd have these people buying bots to just increase the view count, so that wouldn't be helpful either. But I get more views on my channel than Star Trek.com or Star Trek's YouTube, right, gets on their channel with like the Discovery interviews and the behind the scenes stuff and their little promotional stuff. And that tells me a lot. Like if I'm getting better views than Star Trek, like their official YouTube channel, why would Netflix want to spend money on that when, who's watching it, right?
ActionCom says Daredevil's going to Disney. You watch. No, Daredevil will probably go to Hulu.
Probably.
We won't see Daredevil for 5 fucking years. What are you talking about?
No.
The new actor, probably.
Shame. It's awesome. Someone was saying in a name box, Amazon Prime is reported to be big in Germany. I'm like, well, so is David Hasselhoff. So
he ain't worth shit here.
Well, how many people does Germany have? Not a lot, right?
Wasn't there a TV show that he briefly had on like ABC that got canceled within like 4 episodes?
I think 60 million people. Germany population. Let's see. Hold on. Let's see. Hey, no, 82.7 million. That's there you go.
So of that many people for no, I don't know. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to me that Netflix, that Amazon would pay more. Amazon is like the last place that you think of. They're kind of like, I will swoop in and save this because I care about it. Look what they did with The Expanse. They swooped in and they're like, no, we're gonna take this. I think maybe they were like, I don't know. Maybe they were like the only option they had. I don't know. I don't know who else wanted this Picard series because yeah, it's exciting. Yeah, and I do see a lot in my comments, a lot of people who are like, man, I still have hope for Picard. I still have hope for Picard. And I hate bursting everybody's bubble by telling them, well, it's still the same people behind the scenes though. It can't be good. There's just no reason to believe it. And they're like, just wait until you see it and to judge it. I've already seen what these people can do, you know. I can see what Patrick Stewart does in front of the camera. He's going to act the crap out of it, and he's going to be amazing. But it's not going to be good. It just can't be.
Well, let's talk about.
Yeah, it's like the Game of Thrones fans that are like, the show will be good, just let it finish, then we can judge it. I'm like, no, it won't.
Well, I will give Picard a bit more of a chance than I will Star Trek Discovery, but everything we keep hearing isn't helping. That's the problem. And that was kind of going to bring me to my next question for everybody. And because we all can't really necessarily agree on what happened and how it got to Amazon. But one thing we do know for sure is there have been no announcements whatsoever as have been anything period that I know of for any kind of merchandising for the show. And the show is less than 6-7 months from being on air.
Yeah.
Well, late 2019. That's all they say.
I keep hearing December. December was from Alex Kurtzman's interview.
And
he's so punchable. He's so punchable.
And to think he went to Wesleyan, I could have taken care of this. I could have just said, I could have just said, don't you dare touch Star Trek, or I'm going to come looking for you. He probably would have.
I started to wonder how much college. Sorry.
He probably would have said, don't let the big guy with the hat find me.
Maybe it's your fault shit isn't it, Rob? Maybe you have gone back in time and you told him that. So he's like, you know what? Fuck that guy. I don't know a goddamn thing about Star Trek, but now I'm going to learn everything I can so I can know exactly how to piss him off.
Thanks for the paradox.
Oh no. It's all Rob's fault. They haven't, and this is a better Star Trek episode than Star Trek Discovery.
Isn't it?
Usually is my fault.
Yeah.
So
Kurt's been going to college for?
I don't know. That's the sad thing. I think film went to Wesleyan, which is in New Britain, Connecticut. No, it's Middletown. It's in Middletown. Sorry. Yeah.
Did you kick him into the mud, and it's why he's trying to get back at you?
I had no idea he was there. Like I said, if I could go back in time and correct that mistake, I would. So we do got. We do have another quote. Patrick Stewart was also asked about the new Picard show. So, and this is what he had to say.
Well, to be perfectly honest, neither of us did very much sleeping.
Oh my God, this guy! You can't trust him with anything.
Well, he did confirm that he would only come back if it was a very, very different Picard.
Mm-hmm.
And that was in an interview that he did in British Morning Show. I made a video about it, a couple months ago. So,
yeah, we've used it.
Jake Picard.
So Doom Buggy Picard.
Yeah, it's Doom Buggy Picard. That's all it is. It's a big paycheck for him, and and I keep reminding people he wanted the Doom Buggies.
He wants to be the David Hasselhoff Picard, the Doom Buggy Picard. just see him running on the beach with carrying the rescue
in slow motion with like Deanna Troi behind him jiggling.
Ready to jiggle in slow motion now.
Faith watch.
Hey everyone, I think I can jiggle in slow motion on that new that GoPro. If you guys want to help me out and donate money for the GoPro.
Yes.
Do you not?
Do you want me to jiggle in slow motion? I think it takes slow motion. I don't know. I'm gonna assume it does. It does everything else.
Yeah, Bad Wolf on Twitter just said Disney acquires Disney. I'm like, yeah, that's a story right there. That's the only company Disney has left to acquire is Disney.
Should it even be called a Disney company anymore? No one with that name has actually been in charge since like 2005 at minimum.
I don't know.
Well, it's a name brand.
Mm-hmm.
It's no longer a family business. It's just It's an
Yeah.
entity.
Well, isn't his daughter or something like that still associated with the company because she controls his? She doesn't control the company, obviously, but she controls his. What is it? The trust or whatever, the estates or whatever.
Which daughter? Because there's a lot of family members, and like one of them's like an activist now that apparently hates the whole family.
No,
Is Roy
the eldest one. Roy's gone. They got rid of the whole animation department.
Oh, okay.
What? What do you mean by that?
Roy Disney.
He died in 2009.
Oh. All right. Well, let's move on.
Didn't his son though still work there recently though?
No, not really. No.
So
Are you talking about Walt Disney's son-in-law, the one that died, I think, back in April?
No. He's still a blood relative, but
anyway,
I'm thinking so far back now. It's been, I don't know. I'm old.
It's even worse because like the family kind of split after Walt Disney died into like Roy's side of the family and Walt's side of the family. They didn't like each other that much. It's like it's a complicated mess.
I want to say it was Roy's son, but I could be wrong. So
anyway, Patrick Stewart did have one more thing to say about the new series when he asked him how he feels about his cast and crewmates, and this is what he had to say.
Let's go. Time to die.
Okay, so that's not very optimistic, is he? Okay.
It is literally Old Man Picard.
Yes, it is.
And it's going to be just him miserable, and he's going to be dying. And
you're all waiting for me to fucking die.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Because then if you drop dead before this airs, or
no, don't go there. Oh no,
not the actor. Just before the show begins. Maybe somebody can go back in time and write that story. And
it's like Veep when they sarcastically said it would be nice if Tom Hanks died so no one would have to talk about our controversy.
Oh, brother. All right. We got anything else to talk about? Oh, Daniel Craig.
Yeah, Bond.
I haven't been time indexing this shit.
Of course not.
Motherfucker. Of course not. Yeah. We're having too much fun. That's why. Let me time index this. Like usually, I'll fill in the blank. Yeah, Daniel Craig was injured on the set of Bond 25, which still doesn't have a name. And from what I hear, it's not going to be called Shatterhand.
No, it's going to be called Shatter. Bump.
He was running. He fell and hurt his ankle, and he complained about pain. And he was flown to the U.S., I believe, to Miami for X-rays. They haven't disclosed the nature of his injury, but filming in London now, which was the next scheduled location, is going to be delayed. They expect it not, though, to affect the release date. But now everything is on hold. And the fact that they haven't disclosed the nature of his injury tells me that possibly it's worse than we think.
Yeah. Oh boy.
So somebody chat was saying he broke his ankle.
That's what they said.
Yeah, I've heard compound fracture. I've heard,
Well, it's probably because it's whoever said it first, and then you have 10 different versions, and stuff like that. And if you can't the doctor himself can't actually say anything. So,
well, because it's Dr. No, of course.
Oh,
well, Phoebe Waller-Bridge is writing it, so it's Dr. No means no. So
there you go. Well, she's the co-writer. I think it's like 3 co-writers.
Well, from what I read, there's and like I said, we got a mini doc coming up. I don't know what do you call this thing? It's not really a mini doc, but I had to write it. I know that it's some kind of information.
You have a mini doc if you're the one. I think you're going to be narrating it too. So
yeah, it's a news bukkake is what it is. So
well, that's kind of what the mini docs. They're either retrospectives, mini docs, or editorials usually.
Well, anyway, we can find the information here, but the script is an absolute mess apparently for this movie.
Oh no!
Yeah, it is supposedly an absolute mess. There's everybody's pitching in and writing it. Phoebe Waller-Bridge is supposedly writing a lot more than we first let on, which does not fill me with a whole lot of optimism. Now listen, Skyfall had had some trouble in development and filming, and that turned out to be a good movie. I don't know how.
Oh, yeah.
Does everybody? Yeah, I mean, Mecca, you're not a Bond fan, are you?
Not too much. I saw like some of the old ones and a couple of the newer ones. They're all right, but
Well, you better not hang around me then, because it's all the same.
Yeah, I love Bond. I have all the movies. It's great.
I have
Even the shitty ones.
no, I don't dislike them. I'd sooner watch that than a lot of other stuff. But no. They're not something I like go to. They're not my go-to thing.
I have like a little right here. I have a little. My camera's not hooked up. I have a little Casino Royale Hot Wheels actually. PBS.
I mean, yesterday I got up for breakfast and saw like Live and Let Die, and I had fun.
Like, keep in mind, I love like the '60s spy shows. You know, I love Get Smart and I Spy and Man from Uncle. So
Avengers, yeah.
Yeah, I love all the '60s spy shows. So
Yeah, okay.
But anyway, they had Patrick McNee on them. Sorry.
Yeah, I did have Patrick McNee. Yeah. The Saint was in another good one.
Yeah, I don't think I saw The Saint, but
with Roger Moore.
Mm-hmm.
No, I mean, I just never got around to watching all of them. I think I don't know, but I don't have a problem. It's
you like them?
It's like The Cure or something. It's like I don't mind them, but I'm not going to go out and seek them out because they're so.
How do you mean The Cure?
What?
I went out with someone. She asked me if I liked The Cure. I said no. I was never depressed enough to like them.
They're all right. I mean, I
kind of like The Cure.
I don't dislike them either. That's the thing. It's like, there's a lot of stuff I'm indifferent to. So like, It's not like some things will just change the station immediately. Like Red Hot Chili Peppers will change the station immediately.
Red Hot Chili Peppers Red Hot Chili Peppers has the record for the quickest turnaround on a CD I ever bought. I bought Mother's Milk when I was it was 88, I think it was, and then buddy of mine was just like, yeah, these guys are awesome. Buddy of mine lived in San Diego for years, and they were really big out there before they were big on the East Coast. Oh yeah, these guys are awesome. So I bought the CD. And I gave it a listen. Okay, this is going back 45 minutes. It was in my possession.
Oh, God.
See you later. I tried. All right. But anyway, like I said, back to Bond. I think Skyfall did have a somewhat of a troubled history. They were coming off some deal. I can't remember what the circumstances was, but they had a difficult time getting it into production, and that actually turned out to be the biggest Bond movie ever, biggest grossing Bond movie. Yeah,
1.2 billion, I think.
Yeah, I did not like Spectre. I absolutely did not like Spectre.
That one had trouble too.
Yeah, but it seems like the problem with Bond is, I think, and actually I tweeted this at Robert Meyer Burnett, and I don't know what he had to say about this. Maybe he'll talk about it. But one of the big problems with Bond is that I think they're embarrassed by the Austin Powers movies. That Austin Powers satirized all the Bond tropes, the classic Bond tropes, and they're afraid of going down that road, sort of using the classic Bond template, because they're afraid it's going to look silly. And now they think they have to reinvent it and turn Bond into Bourne or Marvel.
Which is weird, because there's been parodies of Bond since even before Bond. I mean, hell, there was Casino Royale, the Bond parody that was a Bond film.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them sucked, but I'm just like, I don't know why this is a movie. How many years when Austin Powers was like? It was like 20, 30 years ago. Jesus Christ! Like, why is it still casting a shadow on the franchise?
I don't know. Well, all audiences won't like this now. We know better. This is not what the audience wants, and I know. I'm like, no, I want the classic Bond. I want the spy who loved me. I want. By the way, Carly Simon wrote that song about our torrid affair in 1973. Yeah.
Nice.
I said, Carly, you have to let it go. Yes.
Yeah. Well, did you know that Sheena Easton wrote that song because she really, really liked my dad?
Forget the fact that I was 3 years old at the time. So I was like Stewie Griffin. Anyway, it's a bad joke. Bad Rob. Do I need to give myself a shot?
Do I need to get the hose?
Well, Joker's going like Spectre was the worst Bond ever, even more than Never Say Never Again. I wouldn't say that much, but it wasn't good.
No, Spectre was not good. I did not like Spectre.
No, was it worse than Quantum of Solace, though? The one that went full Bourne and also had a shitty development because of the writer's strike.
Ford paid like I think $150 million to get the new Ford Kuga into that movie. Man,
I don't doubt that.
The product placement was ridiculous.
Oh god, it was so bad. In that movie, I can only remember like the really bad editing, something about an exploding hotel, and a Bond girl that dies being named Strawberry Field. That's all I can remember.
Gemma Arden. Yeah, covered in oil.
Yes, like that other
Really?
movie.
What was that?
Giggity?
No. It's I
Oh.
mean it's actually kind of sad because
No.
It's a Goldfinger reference.
yeah, Goldfinger Ransom, but still, it's just just they really let Bond have it because she worked in an office, Bond. Her lungs, she's covered in oil and her lungs are full of it. It's just like they drowned. It was just particular. You didn't see her. You didn't see her get killed, but it's particularly brutal.
Mm-hmm.
It was sexier when you just imagine a naked chick like covered in oil.
Why is oil sexy?
Well, we're talking thick
Have
black.
you seen massage oil? Oh, okay. We're thinking different oil.
No, oil.
Mhm.
Beverly
I
Hills
don't want to know
oil.
I don't want to know your fetish. I don't want to know.
I'm just saying. You say a girl covered in oil. That's where I'm going.
Mm-hmm. Yep, we know.
That movie was it Alicia Keys sang that Bond song? Oh, and John was it the guy from Seven Nation? Damn it, blank on the band name. The guy that did Seven Nation Army. That guy.
It was,
Jack White.
No, the White Stripes. Jack White.
Jack White. Yeah, that was it. It was gonna be, I think, originally. Who's the girl that overdosed on drugs that everyone liked in the IM?
Amy Winehouse.
Amy. They wanted her, but she had problems, obviously, because she died, and they went with her instead.
Kind of hard to sing when
Yeah.
Okay, what else have we got to cover here? We pretty much said all we can about this.
Pretty much.
As the resident Bond aficionado,
Yeah.
And his assistant.
I am not hopeful.
Me neither. I'm starting to become genuinely worried. This movie has lost too many directors, writers, too many delays. And I'm like, oh god.
Sometimes greatness can come from adverse circumstances, but more often than not, you get a solo.
Yep. From Russia with Love, I actually had a lot of problems. That's my favorite Bond film of the series, so it can happen, but I'm just not going to bet on it.
From Russia with love, I fly to you.
I'm sorry. I'm going to go bet that Danielle Bianchi was the most pretty Bond girl in the whole series. Fight me, damn it.
No, I'm not going to because she was. Okay, well, anyway.
Well, sadly, we have some sad news to end the show on. We lost two members of the entertainment community. Miss Doris Day, who is I call both these people legends. They're both legends.
Yeah, they're legends
in the entertainment industry. Doris Day died just the other day, I believe it was, right?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Yeah, it was Monday.
All did together right now. Sorry, guys. Sadly, Rob, did you have anything to say about Miss Doris Day?
Not that familiar with her work, but legend in the industry.
I have a lot to say, actually.
Okay, say
it. First off, I think I may have accidentally murdered her because I'm pretty sure 2 days ago I was like, Doris Day's still alive. I wonder how she's doing, which is what I was said about Muhammad Ali the day before he died. So I'm so sorry about that.
Oh, no, you cursed her.
I know. I'm so sorry.
Tyler, you must be disciplined.
Yes, I earned that. But I wouldn't call her one of my favorite actresses of all time, but I really liked her quite a bit. She was kind of the old girl next door, like virginal girl of the 60s, despite that actually being her personality, not even remotely. She had a pretty long storied career. She was 97, which is pretty damn old. She went from, innocent films to like the sex comedies and even was almost murdered by Charles Manson at one point, and has one of the AFI best songs of all time, the Que Sera, Sera, which my mom used to sing to me all the time, but I still think is one of the best performances in any film, any song, really. I could go on and on about it, really, but it's a shame about her. She really retired like the last 20, 30 years. She was mostly caring about animals, and even in death, apparently, she didn't want a funeral because animal rescue and that sort of stuff. It's a shame she died, but it was a great life. So long, Doris. You'll be missed. Que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, that's about all I know about her.
Ironically, that's a perfect segue to the next part. The successful I want to do this. The Doris Day show enjoyed a 5-year run and functioned as the curtain raiser for the popular Carol Burnett show. So that takes us to our next loss. Mr. Tim Conway, a fucking legend.
Another legend, yeah.
In comedy. I mean, I think my dad one time said that hands down, Tim Conway is probably the funniest guy he ever thought there was alive. I mean, there's a lot of great comedians out there. There's a lot of great stand-up comedians, but probably I would say Tim Conway's got to be one of the best physical comedians of all time. And not just physical, but he can also do voices and characters and everything else. So he's like the whole package. And Rob, you're like the resident comedian, so why don't you take the lead on this one?
Yeah, Tim Conway. Tim Conway was one of those guys that you would, you would always be glad you saw him. And he usually teamed up with a lot of other great people. I mean, Harvey Korman, Dick Van Dyke on the Carol Burnett show, Carol Burnett, Vicki Lawrence. I mean, there's just, I mean, the way they played off each other was just spectacular. And he would often team up with Don Knotts in a variety of movies. Ride of the Apple Dumpling Gang.
Yeah.
Talk about two guys whose talents just perfectly dovetailed. But Tim Conway was one of those guys. He functioned well in an ensemble setting, but he also did have his own variety show.
Yeah, for a year.
Tim, yeah, which is actually very good. I remember watching it with my parents.
Well, he created a lot of characters outside of that, and they carried on outside of the show and other things you would do, like, because didn't he do the dwarf golf?
Yeah. I was gonna say, I like to remember all the dwarf they were just they were one of those direct to video things, right? Where they would sell them on TV or in the commercials.
Yeah, that's one of the first times I ever remember seeing something like that too. That kind of and so he had to do so well because there was so many copycats after that.
So many, so many.
Dwarf on golf, Dwarf on sports, a lot of the Dwarf.
Not his, but I mean, how many other companies tried to do something similar with some comedian like that? Like you'd have them late night not infomercials, but what do you call them, Rob? Because when you see those kind of ads on television, where they're like, call now and order, blah 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 blah, they only get X percentage of whatever's sold in that time period in that area that it's broadcast, and you don't get like a set amount for that commercial.
It is. It's an infomercial, feature length commercial, whatever.
Well, no, but they would do just the regular 30-second ones they started as originally back in the day. You still see them now, like Time Life's collection of this, that, the other, here and there.
Right. Oh yeah. Yeah,
but that's how those worked. When you seen one of those commercials, that basically meant they couldn't sell any ad time there.
Yeah, they paid programming. Yeah, the following program has been paid for by such and such. Yeah, and it was actually a good. It was a sharp kind of assessment on his part. Whoever's doing it, I mean, just getting in on the ground floor of like when cable was really taking hold in America, and so you had all these channels. They were looking for programming in late night, and believe it or not, people, television used to go away after 1 a.m. They would play the national anthem, and then that's it. WVIT Hartford has concluded its broadcast day, and that was it. But then you have these cable channels, they ran 24 hours, and they needed something to fill in, and they would sell the infomercials or paid programming, and Dorf was one of those things that you saw all the time. And like I said, it was very astute on their part.
Well, that was the early home video market too that they were capitalizing on. The early home video, the cable TV, because they would run in cable. Those ads would just run like in the middle of USA Up All Night or something, and you just see a 30-second call now for Dorf Golf or whatever. And yeah, they that was kind of one of the first things where they had the direct-to-video comedians where they just did like their comedy specials, like Ernest was another one they did shortly after. I think after Dorf, right?
Yeah, after Dorf. Another big one was Victor Borga. That was
that's right.
Yeah. Actually, I bought that video for my parents years later because they remember Victor Borgo from years ago when he was on television, and so they got a kick out of that. And like I said, people had these things called VCRs for you people, your kids too young to remember, or if you ever go to like the Goodwill store, you see this thing with this big huge slot in the front of it. It's wait, what is this thing? It's a VCR, and you needed things to watch on that VCR, and you had these direct mail companies, direct marketing companies, and they would sell these tapes. Mexican Man and Cheese, $2 super chat. Ka-ching.
Ka-ching.
No, don't make me go. Don't make me
Sploosh.
There you go. $2 super chat. Is it true? Pat S gave us action star Picard. Patrick Stewart gave us yeah. Well, yes and no, because the movie there's obviously stuff you can do in a movie that you can do in a TV series you can't do in a movie. So pretty much Jean-Luc Picard was reinvented as an action star for the Star Trek movies. For the Next Generation movies, really.
Yeah, if you want a fun comparison, watch the episode with the Colonel and Neskar, and then watch the First Contact movie. See if you can catch the difference.
Oh yeah.
All right. So anyhow,
were we gonna wrap?
Well, was there anything else?
I'll wrap.
The She-Ra news.
That's my
She-Ra.
joke.
I know.
Okay, let's cover
we
She-Ra.
missed this last week. This happened last week. Yeah.
Do we have to? Well, you brought it up, Mecca. Now we have to talk about it. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, but I'm hot when I'm angry. No, I don't know. We got She-Ra news.
Hey. Down, girl. Down.
I don't know. That's what people tell me. I don't know. I don't remember. Who wants to read it?
It's from pride.com.
I know. That was the funny part.
Geena Davis. Do I have to read this like George Takei now?
Yes.
Geena Davis is joining the cast of She-Ra for season 3. Oh my. The Oscar winner will be voicing Huntara on the super queer Netflix series. Ooh, oh my. They're not too queer, are they? All right, the second season is our fave new animated series. It's their favorite, not mine. See, that's how secure I am in my masculinity. I can read an article from Pride.com. The second season is our favorite new animated series, She-Ra and Princess of Power, literally just dropped a few weeks ago. But if you're anything like me, who are you? Somebody named Raffi Ermac. Okay, Mr. Raffi Ermac. They already binge watched all 7 episodes and are hungry for more. Okay, well, maybe he is, but I'm not. Well, it looks like today's our lucky day since third season of the Queer as Fuck show was just announced.
Oh, it's queer as fuck. All right. This is why we got the Pride magazine one.
So we could just kind of make fun of it. Yep, the Princess Alliance is returning to Netflix on August 2nd. But for this round, they're joined by a special guest, Oscar winner Geena Davis. Ooh. Please don't make me do that character.
Bad, Rob.
The
Bad.
iconic Thelma Louise. Yeah, I need to give myself a spanking there. So there we go.
No, you're reminding me of like how
iconic-
Ethan does the reads on some of them. Also, I have a cat that wants in.
The iconic Thelma Louise and a League of Their Own actress will be playing a recurring character named Huntara, who, according to a report by Deadline, is the leader of the group called Crimson Waste. We don't know much else about the character, but concerning Gina's record, we're sure she's going to be some sort of badass who we'll definitely be rooting for. How do you know we'll be rooting for her? Season 2 ended with such a cliffhanger, so we can't wait to see more of our favorites like Adora, Glimmer, Bo, and his 2 dads, and Katara back on our screens. Okay. All right. Well, goody for you.
Zabu says hi.
Oh, Zabu. Hey, Zabu.
Oh.
I don't know why he wanted in. I think he wants down now.
I'm gonna bring in cats. I should bring in my cat for Inkle
I
Man.
do not have a contract to be on camera. You will not put me on camera, Matt.
You want to see me? I look horrible.
I do
My
too.
My nephew had to rehome his cat, I think.
Mm.
And now
he
he's
doesn't. He works 2 jobs. He doesn't have time for Ken. Like,
Mhm.
that's a good Sabu.
Yeah, good boy.
All
Don't
right.
do my headphone. No. Oh, squeeze.
cats are attracted to that kind of like wire,
I know.
the softer
really-
wire.
Put some, just smear some hot sauce on it. We'll go near it. The cat supposedly hate lemon juice or anything citrus.
Not this one. He'll eat lemon, anything.
Really?
My cat's so stupid he'll eat plastic and enjoy it.
Yeah, him too.
Alrighty. So anyway, She-Ra is continuing to inspire people not to care about She-Ra.
Yep.
It's time for a Bond origin story, Chief Cook. No, it's not. Well,
It's called Casino Royale, damn you.
yeah, it's called Casino Royale.
It was amazing.
The book was damn good too. Read the novel. It's only 240 pages. Yes, the Bond novels are relatively short. I mean, pretty fast reads. Could you imagine, like, because a lot of people are obsessed with like the length of certain novels and books, and like, you know, if Ian Fleming said to you, hey, oh yeah, my novel Casino Royale, really, it's a fantastic piece of fiction, you know, and you say, how long is it? 240 pages. No, talk to me when it's at least 600. So, yeah.
The popular novella Breakfast at Tiffany's is about 100 pages, if even that. Believe me, page counters doesn't frickin' matter.
I always say if longer were better by default, giggity, then the U.S. tax code at 12,000 pages would be the greatest novel ever committed to paper. All right, let's wrap this puppy up.
You have a copy of that?
You can get a copy of the U.S. tax code.
No, I meant, do you currently own one right now and use that as a brutal weapon for your enemies?
No, I don't. No, I do have a copy of the Constitution, though. You can get it.
Good on you.
Little booklets of Constitution, $3. And, you know, everyone says to me, boy, have you ever read the Constitution? Yeah, I got it right here. Which part do you want to go over? Okay, everybody. There's a joke about the U.S. tax code. Loose Black told the U.S. tax code is 12,000 pages. Well, I want to read 12,000 pages of unreadable dreck. I'd read War and Peace 4 times. All right, let's wrap this up. You like what we do? Like, subscribe, click the bell icon. Like, subscribe to the main channel, click the bell icon. Head for the Patreon, $1 a month. Support the channel for that low though price. Bloopers, outtakes, lost episodes behind the edge, making videos, my 10-minute stand-up set.
I got
and
married
more.
with children figures, guys. Married.
I want those.
Oh, where?
Does it come with the toilet?
Those
I
remind me
swear.
of my Ren and Stimpy figures. Yeah.
I guess I'll
I'm
get
not
you guys.
surprised you ever read. No, I shouldn't be surprised you ever read Stiffy stuff. Why should that surprise me?
Oh, I've got the whole series.
Okay, please tell me that those are like pull string dolls. Anytime you pull a peg, it just goes, ow,
No,
let's have
they're
sex.
Funko Pop. Not Pops. I was just gonna say Funko Pop. No, they're Funko reaction dolls.
Ow, let's have sex. No pig.
They're a little more articulated than most of the reaction dolls. So I don't even know if they're not listed as a reaction, but they're in the reaction kind of style almost, but they're a little more detailed. So
Anyway.
they were from the 2018 fall convention. Funko.
So anyway, don't have the means to
I thought it was Fox.
anyway, you don't have the means to support us on Patreon or whatever, you know, like, subscribe, share, because we cannot do this without you. Mecca, your channel?
No, I want to tell people about my channel.
She just wants to jiggle in, a jiggle in, a jiggle in.
Do I need to
Do
do it again?
Are we mo whip?
Shh, quiet, you're interrupting.
I was trying to start a trend.
About what? About me jiggling?
I don't want to do that. I just want to jiggle in, a jiggle in, a jiggle in. And everybody just
Subscribe to my channel, please. Watch all my
Believe me.
videos over
Believe
and
me.
over again.
Yes, and believe me, you don't want to see me jiggle, okay?
No.
It's not a pretty sight.
I think Tyler might.
You really don't want that either. I need to have a face for television or a voice for radio, so you don't need to see any of this.
Might want to watch Rob jiggle. I thought. Because he did volunteer for the Shlomo Vision.
True.
Shlomo Vision, yeah, Shlomo Vision. Not great. Not that.
Slow-mo vision.
Yeah, Shlomo Vision.
Does it come with feel around?
No, it's just basically a glory hole through the TV.
Do you remember? Do you remember? What was that? The Kentucky Fried Movie, Feel Arounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Zucker
still need
Abrams.
to see that. I need to see that.
You've never seen that?
No, I've been meaning to for like 35 years.
Zucker Abrams and Zucker's first movie. I think it was.
Yeah.
I know, I've been meaning to. I just can never
You
find
haven't
it at the video stores.
Watch party.
It's out there. Guess what pissed me off about it? Because remember I said this a while ago. I went and bought the damn thing, and then for the same price I bought for the first movie, I could have bought 1 and 2. They had a 2-pack for like
Okay.
a the next week. I was so pissed. But yeah, it's out there. No, it's not too hard to find.
Yeah, I just
Don't
need
piss
to
in your
watch
popcorn. More at 10.
So anyway, okay. So support Mecca's channel. Tyler, tell them about yourself.
I'm Untitled Chapter. If you want to hear more of me, I'm always in the Facebook group peddling my wares, and I also have a podcast called the Peanut Butter Podcast, where we discuss the intricacies of peanut butter, movies, film, topic of the day, and my aunt and how she has her own private cabin in the woods in northern Minnesota. Not gonna tell you what goes on there though.
That's their spunkin house right there.
Probably.
Yeah, that's what she calls her cabin. Their spunkin house. Okay.
Yeah.
Patrick Ollinger, Tom, Rob, Mech, if you could invent something awesome, what would it be? I don't know. I have no idea. A lot of good stuff's invented. I would invent transporters. That's what I would invent. Transporters. I mean, why? We're solving world hunger. How awesome would it be to just appear in the hotel lobby and have them say, "Oh, Mr. Shlomo, nice of you to be staying with us again." Let's get on that, please. It's 2019. Why am I not beaming down into places?
We didn't get our hoverboards in 2015.
Yeah, I think I would invent a time machine.
No, you'll destroy the entire universe.
That's the don't tell people my plan.
I don't want to fade into nothingness.
You want to go back in time before it was cool. That's what you want to do. You want to see how the legend in the making.
I want to go and see Monterey Pop actually in Woodstock. I
Yeah,
just
then
want to go
we're
to
gonna
Woodstock.
find like a bad box of photographs. Like, why is this red-haired woman like assaulting John Cipollina with a bigger guitar? What's happening here?
Assaulting or molesting?
They didn't know the difference.
All right.
I don't like it, but I do. Is that what it is? That's like assaulting and molesting.
I don't know.
All right.
Some of those musicians were hot back then. I'm sorry. Come on, Eric Burden in Monterey Pop era. Like, holy shit.
As long as you don't say Fat Mama Cass was hot.
It's so weird. And like more like the male musicians are pretty damn hot from back then.
But Janis Joplin was pretty. Don't insult her.
I'm not. I'm just like.
But okay,
like,
actually, I gotta tell you a story that that she was in a relationship with Pigpen from the Grateful Dead, and I believe it was Bob Ware used to say Bob Ware used to be sleeping, adjacent to their room, and he used to frickin' fuck every night, and she was the loudest person ever. At the point where he was probably putting pillows over his ear, going, "Oh, for God's sake, stop!" Right? Our big thing was screaming, "Oh, daddy, oh, daddy," and it was so annoying to the entire band.
Sing.
I believe it.
Don't even have to look good. All you have to do is sing. Teddy Pendergrass is an ugly motherfucker. You got what I need. Yeah, them bitches into loving him.
That motherfucker's crazy. Throw your panties on the stage.
James Brown's an ugly motherfucker too.
They were also out in the 60s. Your career, either you died or you became a part of a TV show for kids. Like,
I know.
yeah, it's like Ringo. He became the narrator for Thomas the Tank Engine, I believe.
Yeah, before George
I think it was
Carlin, right?
Was it the guitarist for like the Mamas and the Papas became the narrator for Theodore Tugboat? I think.
Oh, I don't remember. It was so weird though. During Mary's karaoke stream, I did a Janis Joplin song.
Oh, nice! Really, which one?
Did.
Ball and Chain.
Oh, sweet.
You keep saying you're not good.
I'm not.
I'm telling you, that was phenomenal.
I don't know. It's out there. You can hear it if you want. I think you guys just have to be nice because I'm on the podcast with you.
No, we're not being nice. We can be assholes, but we're being honest.
I tell you if it wasn't.
If I was
All right,
terrible, you
all right.
tell me.
Well, you know what I mean. All right, people. Like I
Oh,
said,
wait, you saying a job one time, you didn't say going down on me.
No,
Crazy.
no, I do the blues ones more. I mean, I had to do something for Monterey.
Phrasing.
Woodstock. I don't know. I had to do the Monterey, but I was on the Woodstock guitar. Oops.
You're very
all right, everybody.
not to take this into a weird place, but just gathering a bunch of shit up in my brain of all the things. Yeah, I think you need to get out a little bit more, Tyler. Just a little bit more.
Maybe, or maybe not. Maybe not my aunt. Not there.
No, see, there's where you go. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. You're
You-
very repressed, sir.
Yeah, you need to spend more time with your aunt at your spunkin' house.
Yeah, maybe.
All right. Okay, people.
You're like, what's the stain on the wall? Wouldn't you like to know?
Do we
Okay.
need to call someone? We need to call someone.
You can try calling child services, but it might not work.
What matter? You're not a child.
I know.
Not anymore, anyway.
All right. All right, people. Okay.
Boy.
All right. Actually, programming note: Mecca is going to be on. You're going to be a creepy little book.
Yeah, in like 20
Okay.
minutes or so.
3 minutes. We start on time. I'll probably be lurking in the chat as I usually as long as I can stay awake. So
Yay!
yeah. Oh yeah, because it's not a party unless I'm there, right?
Yep.
All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us. We'll catch you next time.
Damn, this itches.
Do you know who I am, clerk face?
Does internet porn know you're cheating on it?
I'm a pole in a strip club. Oh!
That doesn't make me feel like a loser.